Hi everyone, it's me, Aryn. I am back. I haven't been here in over 2 years and I'm so excited to be able to be back with you guys and filming. Guess I'm going to be doing this look. So I kind of did a get ready with me where I'm trying new products. Some products that I used a long time ago and some products that I just recently got. So I hope you guys enjoy this look right here because that's what you'll be watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. Also, go ahead and start a conversation between you guys. I would love to be able to interact with you. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't and press like as well or thumbs up. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoy this. I took a lot of time to do this and I really didn't know what I was going into, but this is kind of what came out of it. That is really all I have to say. Let's get into the video. Welcome back. I know I've been gone for a really long time. I'm really glad to be back. I'm excited and I wanted to kind of today just go ahead and start with, I guess you could say a get ready with me video, but I'm going to be trying some stuff that I've had in the past that I haven't used in a while, or some new things, and I thought I would just try something a little bit different, maybe keep it a little bit more casual. I am gonna go ahead and do my brows. Now that we're all nice and closed, as you can see, these are the brows. Just want to give you a warning, if you see me looking over in this direction, it's because my monitor's over here and I want to make sure that I am in focus. Ignore my nails. I decided to break my thumb and this finger. Yeah, that'll be real cute. So I do have concealer under the brows just to go ahead and clean that up. I am going to go ahead and use my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and a Real Techniques brush. This is the Deluxe Crease Brush. I'm just going to pick a little bit of that up, get some on the brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and put that on my lids to blend it out. I like to use a brush for this, only for the fact that I want to make sure to get the product even. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick up a shadow to go ahead and set this. That way it avoids creasing and really helps you blend. I am actually going to go in with one of these. This is my MAC palette. And I'm going to go ahead and take a skin tone shade, a matte one of course. So I'm actually going to go in with that first one. I would just use anything that's a little bit lighter or a skin tone color. So that is, I am not using that color because it is nylon. I don't know what I was thinking. It is shiny as all heck. We're actually going to use RCMA No Color Powder. So it's not going to add any color. You can do a lighter color up by the brow bone if you want to highlight. Although the fact that I did concealer, it does brighten the area pretty well already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a rather big fluffy brush. I'm going to go ahead and use the Smith 232 brush. It has a fluffy pointer. I'm going to be picking up the Eyeshadow Orange Soda, that color right there. Pick a little bit of that up. I'm going to tap off the excess. We're going to go ahead and apply that in the crease. I'm just going to do windshield wiper motions, and I'm going to build this color up until I get to the intensity I like. I'm going to be using windshield wiper motions and circular motions. You just kind of have to figure out what works for you, what does all the blending. When I want to blow it out a little bit more, I'm going to do circular motions because it's going to take it out a little bit further, where if I did windshield wiper, it kind of stays in the same place. I'm really liking that right there. I'm not worried about getting it on my lid. I'm just going to go ahead and get it all in that crease. This color is the color Rule by MAC. So it's definitely kind of an orange, but it has brown in it. I'm going to go ahead and use a Morphe, and I can't even speak, a Morphe M433 brush. So it's just another crease brush. It's just a little bit smaller. It doesn't come to a point. It's just kind of a round crease. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that color up. Again, I'm going to build until I get to the density that I like. Right now, I'm just going to go just a little bit on my brush. And I'm going to go in the crease, but I'm not nearly going to go as high up. I'm going to bring that color down a little bit. As you can see, you can already see that gradients coming through from the crease going up. And I am going to go ahead and bring this all the way to the inner corner. Windshield wiper motions really allows me to help focus that. That was really rude. Not even an important message. Now the thing is the colors that I'm using, you don't have to use these exact colors. You should be able to use just whatever you like. If you don't have the exact color, then do something close to it. It doesn't have to be the exact shadow, the exact color. It's just giving you an idea. You can always switch up the colors too. Have fun with it. And if it doesn't work out, well, makeup remover is your best friend. Take it all off. And I am bringing the color out. A little bit blown out, but not too blown out. I am going to go ahead and go one step further. I'm going to take that same brush, pick up another MAC shadow. It's called Red Brick. And I'm going to take just a little bit of that, and I'm going to go right in that crease again, and I'm going to build that color up. I'm not going to do very much of this because I only want to give it a little bit of depth, but not too much. Go ahead and get that placement, and then I'm going to blend it out. Then I am going to go ahead and go back to my original first brush that had the lighter color, and I'm just going to go, blend over everything because I don't want to see any lines of where it goes from reddish orange brown to orange brownish to cream color. I don't want to see that. Now for the fun part. I'm thinking to add a little bit of color in here. Try out a new product for me. I'm going to take this palette. Everybody has had it, and I know I'm late to the party, but I'm so excited to try this. It's the Masquerade palette by Juvia's Place. They're really inexpensive. There's discount codes out there. I am going to go ahead and try out some of these blues in here. Super excited. It might help if I take off the film. The reason I'm going to do blues is because blues and oranges are opposite sides of the color wheel, and so they're contrasting, but they also really flatter each other. So we're going to go ahead and play with that a little bit. I'm going to take a lid packing brush. It is the MAC 242. It looks something like that. I am going to start with the color Zola, which is this light blue right here. And I'm going to be putting that on the inner third. I'm not going to start out with too much because I just want to blend. Just want to get a little bit on the brush. And I really like these. These are super, super pigmented. It doesn't kick up a lot of product, so they're not dusty. Start right here, and I'm just gonna place that. And I am gonna go right up to the crease. It's absolutely stunning. Pack that and just build it to the intensity that you really like. I have a little bit of fallout, but that is exactly the reason why I didn't do my makeup first. So next I'm going to go in with this color Dahlia, which is this blue, this second one right here. And on the same brush, I'm just going to go ahead, just going to pick that up on the brush, and I'm going to go on the middle part of the eye. Oh, these are stunning. And I will show you how to blend those. So to blend that, you're just going to go ahead and grab that first color, and you're just going to kind of overlay. So you are going to take a little bit of this color, and then you're going to take a little bit of the other color, and eventually they will blend together. So you get something like that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go into a little bit the darkest blue. I'm going to go ahead and come into this blue right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on the outer corner. That color is called Chai or Chi.
I don't know. I'll get corrected by somebody I know.
I'm just going to pick that up. Again, I'm using the same brush. I'm going to go ahead and pack this here. So I'm just kind of getting it right in there. And don't worry about any of this. We're going to clean it up. I'm building it up to that intensity. I'm going to flip my brush around, and I'm going to go back to that other color, Dahlia, because I want these to blend. And I'm going to do that trick that I told you. I'm just going to go over it right where that line is, and eventually it is going to blend.
It has to blend. I told it to blend.
See? Blends perfectly.
At this point, you should be somewhere around this. My brush that I was originally using when I was blending out the brownish oranges, I am going to go up in the crease and I am going to kind of blend this crease out because it's looking a little harsh and I don't want there to be a very, very harsh line. I'm going to bring a little bit of brown because I want there to be a seamless blend. I'm actually going to pick up this color right here. The name of that is Brown Script. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to blend this out. Take your time with this. Don't worry. Don't keep picking up product to get it to blend. Just keep going over it and eventually it will fade.
And yes, the eyeshadows are just straight up crap.
Now, I don't want to go too high up because as you can see, this is traveling a little bit. But right about there, I am really liking how that looks. I am going to go ahead and go back into my first brush I used, which is the Smith 232. And I'm going to go to that original cream color. I'm going to pick that orange soda back up, back on that original brush.
It's not brush.
But I'm going to go at the very top of that and blend out where it got a little bit darker. Get that under control. As you can see, the orange, whereas over here, is really, really strong. But now that everything has gone through, it's kind of toned it down and tamed it down a little bit. That is what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and get a makeup wipe. I'm just going to come up in here. I'm just going to go straight up towards the brow. So let's go ahead and start doing primer. I'm going to be using the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer Moisturizer. And this is safe for sensitive skin. That is going to be it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a little bit of this. And I really like this primer because of the fact that it does moisturize and I have really, really dry skin. I'm going to go ahead and also take the Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. I don't use this everywhere. I only use this where my pores are gigantically huge, and so that way I don't have big old potholes when I'm doing my foundation. It goes on as smooth as possible. And I'm not going to take very much because these tint primers do tend to start to ball on me because my skin is so dry. But this one is not as thick as most of them. Warm this up on the finger and I am going to put this right in here, up in this area, right here, and down here. Start with this foundation. This is a foundation that just doesn't want to be used. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I'm using this one, not the matte, because again, my skin is dry. This is ironically my first drugstore foundation in my life. No, shocking. I really want to try this. This is in the shade 205 and I am going to apply this with a brush. I'm going to take this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, dot this on my face and start blending that out with this. I'm not going to do buffing motions first. I'm going to press this into the skin, stipple it as you can see, and start with that. Blend it in once I have it where I want it. Definitely, I would say medium coverage, although you could definitely shear this out. Next, we are going to go ahead and start correcting. I'm only really going to correct right under the eye, and I'm going to use this Sephora Bright Future Corrector. And I am using the corrector color in Melon. And I really like the consistency of this when I looked at it in the store because it's more of a gel. It's more hydrating. I'm only going to put this where I have darkness, right in here. I'm going to go into the brush that I did to use
I can't even think.
Apply my primer on my eyes. Blend that out. Just really get that in there. And I am then going to go ahead and grab my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And I'm just going to press that out because I want to pick up any extra product. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer and I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I am actually using the shade Custard because I really do want to brighten up parts of my face. I'm going to come in here. Now I am going to stop right here, but I am going to go in. I'm going to highlight everything. And I like to do one eye at a time. I like to look in the opposite direction just because I feel like I'm really able to get in the corner. So just like that. So I'm going to do the center of my nose as well. want to draw that line really straight, because if you draw it crooked, when you highlight and contour, you're going to have a very crooked nose. I'm going to come up and then I am going to highlight right towards the center of my face. Highlight the Cupid's bow, and I do the chin as well because I want to bring lightness all to the center of my face. Blend that out. So I'm actually going to go ahead and try this new Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and I am using the color Translucent Light. I want to make sure the creases are all out. So as soon as I go in here, I'm going to press the creases out, and then I'm going to set right away. This is another Real Technique brush, the setting brush. I pick up a little bit of this powder, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go in and I'm going to set the under eye right in here. I'm going to press that in. Once I have done that, I'm going to go ahead and take my sponge because I still need to set the rest of the places that I did concealer. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to pick up some of this powder on my sponge, just like that, and I'm going to go ahead and put this everywhere else that I did put the concealer. Right on top of the chin, on the forehead. I'm gonna press it and squeeze it together. Put that down the center of my nose, just like that. Now that we've done that, I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. And I'm going to use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Deep. I'm gonna use this Wayne Goss brush. This is his new set. So this is his number 11 brush. Looks something like that. Probably the softest brush I've ever used. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and I'm just gonna set everywhere else that I didn't put that powder. All the other powders that I'm gonna end up using, it's gonna allow them to go on really smoothly. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into contouring. I'm going to use these two colors right up here. I think I'm actually going to go in with this brush. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to come right up in here and go down. So I'm going to bring that up and come into my hairline. I'm going to contour this big old forehead that I have. Go under the jawline. And I'm just going to bring that down. I am going to use my bronzer brush. And I'm using the shade Give Me Sun for bronzer. And this is another MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is a MAC 135 brush. As you can see, it is kind of flat. I'm just going to pick some of that up. And I'm going to come in here. Basically go everywhere that I contoured, but more heavily and definitely more blown out. Again, I'm going to get underneath here. Once that is done, I'm going to come back to the brush that I originally put the powder on and I'm going to wipe off all the excess. This is a Wayne Goss brush. It was like a special edition. It's the 00 brush. So I'm just kind of going in and going over everything. Make sure it is nicely blended. I'm going to grab some more of this powder because I want to clean up a little bit where I did the bronzer and the contour. Get that again on my sponge and I'm going to come right under here and I'm just going to clean that up. So I really want it to be a nice even line. I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit. Now for the under eyes, I'm kind of gonna go back in and I'm gonna repeat everything I did on the top. The only thing is I'm not going to be doing the blue underneath. So I'm gonna first go in with a Morphe R41 brush and I am going to pick up the color Brown Script. I'm gonna go in on that lower lash line. I'm really just gonna like smoke it out. And don't be afraid of going too low. Once I get it on there, I'm just going to go in and boom it. So I'm going to choose this color Ground Brown. It's by MAC. I am using a eyeliner smoky liner brush from Sephora, number 24. Just going to pick that up on the tip. And I'm going to really go in and darken up that lash line. I'm not worried about it being too neat. I just really want to make it nice and smoky. Go back into that other brush. Really blend that out. Even though it is a lower lash line, you don't want harsh lines. I'm going to put liner in the waterline of the eye, and I'm going to be using the ColourPop liner in the color Prance. It is this nice like periwinkle blue. See how long this liner lasts in the waterline. It's going to give you that little bit of a,
like, I guess you could say a flash of blue in the waterline, you know?
Just a nice simple coat of mascara. I'm just going to go ahead and
I'm just going to go ahead.
now I can't even say the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is one of my favorite mascaras.
Go ahead and do a... Oh no, bubbles.
Just leaving my tight line just all pink and in the flush. Grab this sample Marc Jacobs highlighter. Gently lift the lid. Don't cry. Look up at the light. Back to the mascara. Do a very simple coat of mascara. So I'm going to go ahead and get my lashes ready and apply those off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and I added on the lashes. So really all I need to do is I'm going to do my highlight and my lipstick. Let's go ahead and do my lipstick first. Going to line my lips with MAC Spice Pencil. I'm going to use the Kylie in Expose, the liquid lipstick. And I'm not going to be doing blush, but I am going to be doing highlight. So I had to do a change on the lip. The lip was not working with me. My lips were way too dry. I still did the Spice lip pencil, and I actually chose to use this Mariah Carey lipstick. It is in the color Bit of Bubbly. It is a very light nude. It is a cream sheen, so it is a lot more hydrating. So I chose to do that. And then I did go ahead and use my Anastasia lip gloss in Undressed. So that was that color. So I have that on my lips. Now we're going to go ahead and finish with highlighting. And I am going to go ahead and use the Anastasia highlighting kit with the collaboration with Nicole Guerrero. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of, ooh, I don't know. Let's do this gold. Let's do that gold. And a little bit of Kitty Cat. So I'm just going to go in here and in here. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of Forever Lit as well. And then we're going to go right in here. Oh, I mean, like, it is heaven. It's heaven on your face. So I'm just going to bring that right above the brow as well. Now, and when you turn, it looks kind of like that. I am going to tie in a little bit, and I'm just going to come right in the high point of the brow. And that way, it kind of just all flows together. I'm dropping everything. I'm going to take Glow Getter, which is more of the gold one, and I'm going to get the very tip of my nose, the bridge. And I still need to contour the nose actually. So we're just going to get that little bit right in the center. I'm going to go ahead and take a very small contour brush for the nose. I'm going to grab my contour shades that I used before. Alright guys, so we have officially come to the end of the tutorial. Final touches. I'm just going to go ahead and add my spray because I don't want it to look really powdery or anything. So I'm going to use my MAC Fix Plus. So I'm just going to do. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, and this is actually to set the face. So this will prolong the face, whereas the other one won't really help prolong it. It just kind of takes away that powdery look. This tutorial with me coming back is done. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any questions, please leave any comments, questions, or anything down below. I will go ahead and list all the products that I used on my face if you didn't catch them throughout the video. Hit that thumbs up button if you're already subscribed, and if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the alert button, that way you can get alerts anytime new videos come up. I hope you guys really enjoyed. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to you later.
I don't know why I feel like my mouth needs to be open. I'm like, every time I'm doing this.
Definitely.
Good thing my mouth is mostly out of the frame.